Whoa, we are live. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to you guys out there. Hope you guys are having a good time. My name is Fanny Reinders, and tonight we're going to be doing some code. It is tonight in the Netherlands, and it's been a while since I've it's in this week I've done an ad hoc stream, but yeah, so I was thinking, I was always doing this Blazor things, which is quite cool. So I was thinking in this week, maybe let's change the gears and go back to our roots. And because .NET Core 3 has been launched, I thought, well, it might be a good idea to play around with WinForms. I know, WinForms. But, to play around with WinForms to see how far we can push the new technology to its limits. I've got an old friend app of mine. It's a job card program. Some of you might know it. It's called Raytech Job Card. And to give you an idea, it's been around for like 15 years or something. And it's solely used by my parents in South Africa. It's still being used. It's in production. It runs fine. It was built on VB.NET, running on the full framework version 2 or 3.5 or something. And it's still perfect, right? And I wanted to prove a point that we can actually, for myself, to see if we can, take it as is, convert that to .NET Core. Some of the things will break and some of the things are not supported. But I'm actually interested to see how far we can push this old technology and how much code we are going to throw away and how much code we can actually keep, as business value. So this is just an example. I like to do these kind of things. Let's quickly look. For the guys, if you just joined us, my name is Fanny Reinders. I've been doing live coding not so long, but I enjoy it. So if you guys have any comments or questions, I do tend to stop and engage so that we can all learn together in tonight's show. So doesn't matter where you are tonight, let's all be together and do cool things. You can just give me a shout out on the chat and I will I will definitely stop and follow along. I just do want to give a shout out to ASCII only. Thank you for the follow. I was not live during the follow. I just want to give you a shout out, and also I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sidikwa Brew. I think 2 days ago, that person followed me. Big ups. Thank you very much. I'm gonna change my screen quickly. Yep. Let's see. I think this is yeah. So just quickly. Oh, look, there's a streamception. Gonna do a quick Capagen, because thank you for hosting me, Gerald. Gerald Verschleis, he is doing Xamarin Dev live, normally Tuesdays. This week he was a bit quiet, but do check out his stream at twitch.tv/jfverschleis. Then we also have Martin van Stam doing solely Office development. That's cross-platform Office development, not just Windows. Do check out his stream, twitch.tv/Martin van Stam. And then my good friend Jan de Vries, I don't know when last he was live. He's doing Azure stuff, so he's like doing like bots and C#8 stuff, and there's plenty of bots thing I see here, but he's mainly streaming on Azure. So if you're into Azure, into cloud technologies, into cool tech, please give him a follow, and then see what it's all about. Then we have Eric Lieben. He's quite new. Oh, look, he's also hosting. Thank you very much, Eric. I'm just going to give you a cappuccino over there. And there we go. So Eric has been streaming, I think, 1 or 2 times. He is one of the members of Ariella. So please, if you're into JavaScript, I suppose, give him a follow. Also check out his stream. And then last but not least, we have Source Code. He does VR mainly, I think. I see JavaScript and Node. So if you're into those kind of things, go follow him. He's also a live coder, just like Gerald Verschleis is. Give him a follow and check out his stream. I have no idea when it is. Let's quickly go check. So he does... Oh, he's actually live in 19 minutes. So maybe if we're done with our stream, we'll give him another raid with our 4 followers, 4 watchers that we have now. Go tell your friends we're going to be live coding right now. And before I say now, the show is going to start. So just before I continue, just as the introduction played, Pagey47, thank you very much for the follow. That's amazing. Thank you for engaging, and thank you for stopping by. Do let me know what you like, .NET or C# or just chatting, that can also be. We are playing some music, and we are going to get a groove on, I would say. Let us see. Changing the screen. So this is the new repo. If you've watched my previous stream, I have actually that legacy application I was talking about. So I was looking for that source code, and I couldn't find it. It's gone. I only have the compiled version. But luckily, and also my previous stream, I only had an hour, so I was like looking at tools like what's that refactoring tool, It's not .Fuscate, but it's I cannot remember what it's called now. Let me just see. .NET Reflector that can actually reverse engineer your source code. And because it was a VB, I don't want to do it in VB again. I wanted to do it in C#, so it actually compiled back to C#, but it was a bit wonky. And I found out that we can use JetBrains tools, which is .peak. That's quite cool. So it's a free .NET compiler for .NET. That is cool. So I just downloaded this .peak, pretty much. This is how it looks. I'm not going to actually run it. And it allows you to import your DLL and export it as a C# project, which is pretty much what I've done. And I have the job card program fully compiled. I just updated my Visual Studio. Okay, so let me see. Alright, so if you guys can see there, my trial license will expire in 9 days. Really? That's not the case. Come on, I play nice. I've got licenses. I don't have lice. Yay, great. Okay, I'm not gonna update now. Okay, so what we have here is the whole application, and it should compile. So if I do a quick rebuild, whoa, okay, I think I messed up here because it's actually looking okay. So what happened here, before the stream I was actually copying pasting things that I shouldn't be copying pasting, and it's actually missing a few of these references. Let me see. It's not easy, not difficult to fix. We'll sort it out. I think it's here actually. There we go. PDF export, viewer 3, active reports, and the interop. So we'll quickly just add them again. It's not a big problem. Actually got them here at browse. No, I don't have it here again. So let's see. I can actually take these ones, take them out, put them in a bin directory like that. Stick him in there, add the references, click OK, and it should all go away, hopefully. So now if I compile, I still get errors. Why? Come on. This is in reports. Okay, so also in the report one, the reviewer and active reports 3, I need to also reference. That one. And now if we quickly rebuild, we have a solution that builds. That's cool. So it took some time to actually make this work. I just want to put this music a tad a bit softer, I think. There we go. Hey, Martin van Stam, thank you very much for tuning in, guy. Martin's stream, or the SDNcast podcast that we have every Thursday, did not really go as planned, because we always take our stuff or our sound stuff to these events, and yeah, he had some technical difficulties setting up the stream, so that was skipped. But luckily, I'm here to entertain you guys with my legacy code. So technically, see if I run this now. So what's in here? We have a few things. We have Resurrecting, which is like the application framework that I built. Remember, I was Resurrecting way back when. There's like a crypto framework for cryptography, and there's like a data framework, like your entity framework almost. There's this cool little lookup window and a cool little soft button window. In a sec, I'll show you now how that looks. Then we have our job card application, our monolith application. There's our data layer. That's supposed to be our functions, like our business functions. And this is our reporting logic. So if I just click on that and then run it as is, it works. Right? That's cool. And this button, you see this whole cool, this button that sort of looks like a Vista or anything. So that's the idea. So it's clickable. I can connect to it. It won't work now because I don't think I've got a connection set up for that company. So the idea of this job card program, it's got companies, and in each company you can issue job cards and keep track of your clients. That's it, pretty much. And underlyingly is a SQL database. Just have to quickly check my phone, because I might be making a big noise. Okay, that's fine. So that's in the gist on how this works, and I'm actually very proud of myself to get this working, because I'm very excited to finally upgrade this, and we can do this together. I mean, if you have any concerns, it's the first time I'm doing something like this. So what do we have here? We have a 3.5. So I think we first need to upgrade it all to either 4.7, maybe. Let's just do it to 4.7. Let's go all to 4.7.2. There we go. And I think the soft button also needs to go to 4.7.2. Yes. Great. So now we have the job card thing. That's 4.7.2. Oops. And there are a few bugs. During the decompilation stage, I had to do some ad hoc fixes, but that's not the problem. I want to see how much of this code I can salvage. I know it's a monolith and I know it's old code, but it would be cool to give a new version that looks exactly the same, but is more performant, and I can maybe make use of the MSIX packages mechanism, which is a way to it's almost like click once, where you can package things up and ship it, but just have this whole technology refresh instead of re-architecting everything, and making it a big project. Actually, just convert what works. So something tells me now I've hopefully Control-B. Okay, that's cool. So does that mean I can actually go and because this should actually be a .NET standard target, right? So this should actually be a .NET standard target. So let's see, how do we do that? We can go unload project, we can edit. So all these things we need to get rid of. Actually, what I'm going to be doing, where are we now? Cool. So actually what I'm going to be doing is this running a preview? Whoa, cool. Did not know that. Let's create a new project. Let's create a new .NET standard library. So we need to convert our libraries to .NET standard libraries. So just for the giggles, I'm just doing this just to sort of as a reference for myself. to see. Oh, this is VB. Oh my soul, close it now. No offense, guys. I cannot do this. Net standard. Okay, so that's a VB project, so we need this one. Okay, so we'll just go for this one. What you can do is you can go open up your fancy terminal. You can type .NET new class lib. If my oh, there we go. You can go .NET new class lib, and it will do the same thing. So that's just in essence what I've done now. I think a bit better for some folks. And this is this should be a class lib, like a .NET standard library. So effectively, what we can do, we can just use this as a reference, really. I can close this one. Okay. So what we can do is we can. Just want to see what is in here. It should. They see sharp targets. Everything should be fine. But just to, how do I comment stuff out? Let's see. How do I comment stuff out? So, comment out vs key shortcut. Control KC. No, that minimizes the things. Okay, Control KC. Okay, that works. Cool. So that works. That's brilliant. So let's minimize. Oh, okay. So let's maybe put them here. Okay. Paste. Oh, cannot paste that because I've closed it down. Let's copy that, paste it in here. And then, truth behold, if I save this and reload it, yes, it's all of a sudden it's a .NET standard library. Question is, does it compile? This update log I can delete. This PDB file I can delete most probably. So rebuild. Okay. There are a few duplicates here because this assembly info is generated. So we can most probably get rid of this because that's been generated for us. And then we have a few things that is not working. Protect data. Oh, that's okay. That's because it's using. That's because it's using the data framework. And the data framework is using the crypto framework. Oh, is it? Protect data. Ooh, I see. So this is supposed to be using the system security cryptography. So we can install this using this NuGet package called System Security Cryptography Protect Data. And with the click of a button, the problems just fade away. I think this is cool. So now we have got this next level crypto framework that's building. It's .NET standard. Let's do the same thing. Let's quickly go back here and just kill a couple of there we go. Let's do this neat and tidy. There we go. So that is converted. So this is effectively how you convert things. It's quite easy. So let's do the same thing with copy that. The data framework, do the same thing. But I think the data framework that is referencing the crypto framework. So we have to be careful now. There's references involved. Unload project. Edit. So let's see. If we Control KC to uncomment it, it's going to follow the same pattern. Paste. Right. And what we want is we want a reference with an item group. So it's item group. And we have a project reference. I think it's include, and then we need to say, let's maybe do it via the UI, because I'm not entirely sure if this will actually work. Yes. Okay, so we've got a couple of things that's not pulling in. And we need to reference the crypto framework from here. There we go. Now all the things disappear. Rebuild this. A lot of things go missing now. It's not a problem. Let's go look at it. Let's see why this is not working. So I suppose you can also compiler services. Would we need this? Well, we've got these conversions that we can most probably utilize. Visual basic.dll, that's not really what we want. So let's uncomment that to see. Hey folks, if you just joined us, I see there are a few folks tuning in. We are busy converting live on stage. We are converting a 15-year-old application running in .NET 3.5, not .NET Core 3, full framework 3.5, and we are porting that to .NET Standard and .NET Core 3. So far so good. An idea is to change as little as possible. We want to see how far we can push technology, and to see how much we can reuse in this case. So there should be, let me see, what is field type? Field type is a field type there. Okay, so we can say int convert or parse. That should also, what's value? Object. Okay, and then we say convert dot. Come on. To int or something. Is it just me, or am I missing something now? It's convert, right? So it's not convert. Maybe I'm missing C# here. That could be the case, but I don't think so. It should be included. Table view convert to int 32. Yeah, okay. We need that. That should work. So convert to int 32. We can most probably do the same with that. Hey, look at that. This is adorable. If operators compare string this and that is false. So what does this do? So if the compare string of this and this equals null, well, why can't we just go string dot well equals okay, so if pretty much if the title is blank. The title is string, right? So we can go string dot is null or empty. Actually, we should say is null or white space. Dum dum dum. So that's fine. That works. Let's rebuild. Got a few errors to work out still. So let's see what happens here. So Visual Basic. Comment that out. Most probably can go convert to string. That's fine. What else do we have? Compiler services. We can get rid of VB. This is going to be interesting. SQL client. Losing a lot of SQL client things here. I think this is actually in a system data. Do we have a system data NuGet package? Look at that. Installation. Cool. That's fine. Except now it's just all the things just go away. That's amazing. Okay, so what is this now? So new late binding. Late set? What is this? I have no idea. Set project error, new late binding, collection. Okay, let's use that then. Is this a thing? No, it's not a thing. There's a few, I think there's still a few problems to sort of work out here. So, okay, so let's see. New late binding, what can that be? Get data set. I have no idea what this thing is doing. What happens if we just comment this out, though? Can we do that? Because I have no idea what it does. Comment it out. That's what I can say. And all these things, alright, so you know what? This is actually closing the connection. Can it be? Let's see what happens when you run it. Statement execute transaction. Does this actually statement collection? So can we say that we want a string array here? Can that work? Because we could say that is toString, right? Or it's actually already okay, that's toString. Okay, this might be a iNull or length. And we can kill this. Okay, so that works. The rest of these things, let's I don't know why these things are here, so we'll just actually it's just rather uncommented, because you never know what happened 15 years ago. So there's a 2-string. We can actually just cast it as a string, I suppose. Okay, this is a bit boring. So what I'm doing now is just mainly removing code instead of altering code. Because I've got a feeling that .peak done something to this code to make it work. It's a bunch of try catches, and I cannot remember that I did any try catches. I might as well just do that as an alt blank, as a string. Pass it in as a string. How's that? Okay, so conversions is the new light binding thing again. Scary things. So what we want is, oops. That. What is this accepting? Connection string and credentials. No, it cannot be no. I'm lost. I'm lost for words. Okay, so let's see. This ends where? So this actually ends there. So I need to just remove this. This.con. Like that, and then just remove that, right? So that is salvaged. I so hope. And I think I messed up something here. Most probably connection. Do I need to pass in the connection here? Yes, I do. The text and the connection. What is assigned? Wait a sec. Boom. See now, everything is fine. Daytime now. Then date and time. Let's say daytime, like that. That's C#. Am I right? And here we can say to integer. Really? Wow. Convert to int. Such bad code. It was my code way back when, so I need to be proud. So this is the same thing. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be copying new connection string. I just copy this whole thing to save us some time, because this whole late binding razzmatazz confuses me a bit, you know. And if you just joined us, I'm busy converting a .NET Framework 3.5, very old application, to .NET Standard and .NET Core 3. That's the idea. How far we will come, only time will tell. So basically doing the same thing over and over, you can immediately see there are lots of improvement in the code that we can actually work on. For instance, introducing a repository or something. Let's go to the next one. Data functions. That's not so bad. Information is db null. Does this even... will this work? I don't know if this will work though. Will this work? I have no idea. If it's null, then we can say, hey, return value.string. Okay, so this is what we had earlier. I remember earlier this week we had this problem as enumerable. So we're getting a collection, and we should be going control dot. Oh, let's fix the formatting there. We'll get to that in a sec. So this is table field array. Fields dot length, I would say. Okay, so this is a bool or convert to boolean. Okay, now this is now where it gets interesting. This is a kind of a OR thing. So I need to be careful. It's an OR object, and that's wrapped in another OR object, and that's wrapped in another OR object. Okay. So something is fishy here. So validate blanks. So can it be, because it's obviously looking at field data type, field text, protected text, I see long text and value. Okay. And I think it's actually checking whether it's null or something. So what we can do is we can say field dot field. What is it? Yeah, the first one is field data type, field text, Okay. So what it's doing, it's going, for instance, equals field data type equals well, this in itself should be a boolean, so we don't have to kill that. So we can say the first one is oops. Shouldn't do that. Okay, field data type to text, if it's text. Okay, so it's basically checking if the data type is text or, okay, or if the data type, let's hit enter. Oops. Or if the data type is protect text, right? Or the data type is, I'm jumping around, long text, or the data type is, can it be? Okay, so there's an and. Okay. And value is not null. Can it be? So something tells me I need to put a thing like that, and then we say great, and object, compiler services, blah blah blah. If the value is not null, check blank. Okay. What is that object? Well, I would just say do that. Well, if that is the case, or if it's null. Yes, if it's null. So here, interaction message box. Whoa. Blah, blah, blah. Now we're gonna be doing awesome stuff. This is awesome. You don't get this in a pack. It would be cool if you could have the compiler services Visual Basic thingy in here. That will be lit. But I doubt that that is a NuGet package. What? Really? Really? Can this be the case? I'm just gonna try something. Okay, so I've added not Selenium driver. Let's add the Compiler services. That's still a bit of a problem. No. Where does that come from? This is a interaction.message box. There's a compiler services thing. I think. I have no idea. So that has been installed. Update, see what happens. Okay. Should I party on the pre-release? No. Let's just keep it that way. Did anything change here though? Well, Visual Basic application services. Interesting. It needs to be somewhere, right? So 4.8. Okay. Cool. 2. No, it's not. It's not 2.1. It's okay. So maybe this is not the case. So what do we have here? We have this one. Any errors here? No. Connection? No. Oh yeah. Assembly info can be deleted. This one can go SQL tools. Hey, look, there's compiler services. Only 23 errors. Only 24 errors. So my app, I don't even think this is necessary though. My application. In here. My computer. It's even a thing. Why is this my project? What? Wow. This is old stuff. So if we delete my, will it break everything? Well, it basically does. I think. Errors are less. That's a good thing. This interaction thingy, can't really install that because that's interaction.messagebox. So this is where the UI bleeds. And that's not supposed to happen. That's in Visual Basic. I don't think this is .NET Standard compatible. Nope. Absolutely not. So what we do here is we if-def it. How does this work again? If framework or something. If dev .NET So if framework 472, if net 472, that should work, right? So if net 472 and if, okay, so we'll do that when it's 472 and keep it so it's not compiled. So we'll probably need to do that for the same for the other ones as well. Oh my soul. Val SQL value. If urgent is numeric, it's looking for the wrong packages here. Whoa. It's like doing guessing games. So what does this thing do? Valid SQL value. What is calling this thing? Can we say that? Can we do this just to? Okay, so fields. A table field array. This was length or something, I suppose. Table fields array length. Come on. Table field array and length. Okay. The framework is almost done. So this thing, as a new rule, this is not bad. Partials. This is like code I don't really want to mess with. So maybe we can say if net 471 and deal with that later. We need to be very pragmatic about it. Okay, so that goes away. Yes. Okay, that compiles. That's great. Up to the new one. My can go, because my is a bunch of artifacts that's not really needed. Okay, so this compiles because this is referencing Visual Basic again. Soft button. Okay, so I probably need to spend some time here. The soft button is interesting. Soft button depends on forms. So this should be a cannot be .NET Standard because this should be a .NET Core library. Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. Okay. Can we say we can't have a... Let's just see what happens here. So we need to, from here, we need to reference. Can remove that. And assembly info. That can go. Boom, boom, boom. There's also, what? Forms. Really? Why is it referencing forms? Whoa. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the dull. Control K C to comment all the things out that is not necessary. And here we put in a .NET Standard library. Great, so we also need some references. I think we can pretty much take those references, maybe cleaned up a bit, like that. Okay, so that should do the trick, right? So reload, please don't blow up my face. It works. But the question is, does it compile? And the answer is in your face, no. Because yet again, we have got collection. We probably can do a stub. This is not the case. So what's this? New collection. Add. This looks like a inaugural of object that's been added here. We can say list of a new object. And that should make the rest of the problems hopefully disappear. Or not. Okay, so we need a field. Maybe this is a field. Table field. Where are we now? Customer. Can there be a table field? Interesting. So collection is something most probably. trying to figure out what is it trying to add, because this is a table field. This is a row, right? So isn't this safe to say that's... Do I have a backup somewhere? Do not have a backup. Can you believe it? Oh yes I do. Oh yes I do. Let's do it like this. Backup. Stick it in there, folks. Extract all. Let's go see what was the namespace of that guy. We're busy with the dull, so, and we are specifically, we are in the customer. So if we open this up into preview of Visual Studio, shouldn't get confused now because, okay, the customer. So to be clear, this builds, well, it builds to a certain extent because it's not finding the rest of the stuff. But I want to see, like here, table field, where's that thing now? This one, this collection, where is it coming from? What is this? Aha, this is a Visual Basic thing. A Visual Basic-ism. So what we can do is we can install Visual Basic again. Microsoft Visual Basic. That should sort of fix things, hopefully. Do you like the stable version? Hi friends, if you just joined us, welcome. We are busy building code. Trying to convert a old application to .NET Core. I think this should do the trick. It's not doing the trick at all. I think it's because of... Okay, so that's going in there. That's fine. Oh, I think it will. No, this is the old one. This is the one that's broken. Night Fury Ninja. Thank you very much for the follow. Wow, that's amazing. How about let's break with a big capigen. Night Fury Ninja, thank you so much. Welcome. If you had just joined us, we are busy converting, getting our minds from VB to C# and .NET Core from a .NET 3.5 world. So it's all interesting. I'm trying to sort of work out how was this that it worked. So this collection is obviously extension to something. So if I have 5 here, so that's a version referencing version 2. And okay, that's all fields though, right? So let's just see. Fields. So this works. Oh wait. None of it works. So if we go down to version, oh golly, let's go to the preview to see what happens if we just update. We level large. Hey, look at that. Whoa. All our problems just disappeared. Can it be? That's amazing. Okay, so let's return that. That's cool. Okay. Functions validate blanks. All fields. Okay. Accepting a table field. So something tells me we should just collection this again. This was in the functions, right? So here. Oh, it's the Resurrecting data functions. The Resurrecting data framework. Okay, so if we, I'm spitballing here, right? So if we actually upgrade this to the latest version, it looks like our problems just like magically disappear, which is quite It's called the collection. What was it called? That's a collection. The red blanks. Collection. Hello. That's funny because now this is sitting on 10.3 RC1. This is 10.4 preview one. I think maybe that's our problem. This one we need the preview version. We need the preview version. And because we need the preview version, everything else will just work. It will just work. Well, that doesn't compile. Okay. I'm back to that point again. Okay, so that works. Does crypto work? Crypto still works. That works. Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. Let's just quickly see what's happening here. It's awful quiet in the chat, guys. Let me know if I'm boring you guys at all, because I don't really want to. Just to see if this is actually a thing. Nope. It's not fixed in the yarn. I'm not really worried about it. Martin is like always awake. But thank you for joining in, Martin. That's cool. Yes. This is still... Oh, well, what? This works. Functions work. Cool. That compiles. And... Oh, functions is not a... Functions is not a standard project yet. So let's see. Execute transactions. So this is expecting a... Okay. So this is a collection. Yeah, this is where things will start to deteriorate. Let me just go back. I think over here We need to convert everything back to collection again, because how it was initially. I'm just literally changing code back how it was, because there's this little this Visual Basic one. It looks like it is .NET Standard compatible, which is amazing. And we'll do a lot of refactoring there. Honestly, I don't know why I was using my own data framework. It's like, what? Why? Don't write your own frameworks. Use what's there. Okay, that should be a count again. Now kind of going to circles. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, that will bulls. Dull should. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so fields, select statements, that should also change to collection. And that should be count, right? Okay, so it just dulls. Okay, that's fine. So what do we have there? So control. This is now the standard module class control. Why do I pass in the control here? Aha, so it's actually this. Wow, can you believe it? Now if I go to general and I go to control here, this is actually part of WinForms. Ugh. So as an experiment, system.windows forms. Nope. Can it be? Can it be? Nope, 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 nope. Nothing here. Forms, Windows, forms. So, if we yet again go back to preview and let's say WinForms here. Oh, not there. Create new project. WinForms. That one. Next. This will be a .NET Core application. System Windows Forms. So Microsoft, okay, so Microsoft Windows Desktop App Windows Forms. So Microsoft called Microsoft Windows Desktop Windows Desktop This is even a thing. It's a pack. Microsoft Windows Desktop app. Is it part of a pack? What? Let's install this and see what happens. Did it work? Nope, I don't think it worked. Okay, so the problem here is that it doesn't support the platform, which is great. But the problem in our case is that we need WinForms. How are we going to get around this? We could make this instead of saying a .NET standard, we could say .NET Core App 3.0. We could do that. That is not per se a bad thing. Hey look, message box is back. Okay, so what? Microsoft. Will this work now? Install. Okay, so it's a different platform. But I'm here now. This is frameworks. How does this look? Edit. Okay, that's why. I see. So it's a SDK. That matters. Okay, so what we can do, hopefully do that, is the whole thing will break. Probably need this thing again. And that does not even install. Okay, so I've got this frameworks thing. Windows Desktop. WinExe. Use WinForms. Now, let's see if this is the case. Use WinForms. Okay. Cool, our control is there. That's amazing. That's cool. This message box, still a problem. So dot what happens if we should say that? Where is it? Message box. Yeah, it's called message box. Dot show. Yeah, that was it. Then we have the text, which is the message. Then we have the caption, which is but wait a sec. Okay, so we need to kind of shift things around here. Like that. Is that even a thing? I think it's message box buttons or something. Okay. Is that the case? Can I do that as well? Okay, let's just do that. Okay, so I think I got this working. Okay, that can go. Oh my soul. Okay, so we are getting there, folks. We are getting there. It's half an hour to go. Let's see. Yet again collection. Rebuild. My project. Computer name. Why do I need this? List companies. Ooh, okay, that's why. My project dot computer name. Get computer name C# machine name environment.machine name. There we go. Boom. So this directory path, this should be application dot executable path, maybe. This is yet again environment machine name. Yes. Current directory, so it's application dot executable path. I think we've got a winner. Okay, that's building. Great, so we've got that going. So we might as well look at The soft button. I think the soft button doesn't have any. Yes. So let's quickly do the soft button thing, because that's kind of one of my favorites. Okay, so Control A, KC. So what we need to do here is get. We're gonna steal, because we would need WinForms. Steal that. Minus the output type. Reload. That looks fine. That looks fine, right? So, okay, assembly info. That compiles. Jolly, that's cool. So let's test it. Let's make a folder called sandbox, just to sort of validate our things. So here we can create a form, .NET Core form, a forms app. Okay, and we have a designer, so we can go view designer. Will that work? That work? Where's the designer? Let's go see. Introducing the new designer preview 1. Blah blah blah. Download. Okay, looks like it's a physics. Interesting. That's one way of shipping these things. Let's close all these apps. Install. Please don't break anything. So I've got a community edition and the proper edition of Visual Studio installed. I think it's that one, right? We don't recommend your WinForms. Okay. Hey, look, there's a designer. We have a designer. And it works. Cool. The cool thing is that not all of the components are supported. Because if I want to go to my soft button, will that work? That works. Rebuild. Please add it to your toolbox. It says not there. That is crazy. Because what I want is when you go to your oh my gosh, just go to the code. Just go to the code. Give me a button. Give me a button. Right tick. Soft button or something. There we go. So if we put this soft button so if we suppose I just want to see how this will work though. Because obviously my soft button is not here. I think you need special controls or something to put it there, but in any case, let's just go there and we say private soft button. Button is new soft button. Okay, we can go button dot left or size is new size. Let's just make it hundreds and hundreds, right? It doesn't pop up there though. Do we need to say this dot controls dot add button? Nothing in there. Because if we look at this, so just for interest sake, I drag a button on here, right? What happens? Okay, so this happens. So I could say duplicate that line, make a soft button, out of it, call it button 2, copy basically these things, make it button 2, Right. This can go away. Okay, so I need to say controls.add. Okay, so, oh, what? Interesting. So let's go here, back again. Let's do that here. Then we say this dot controls dot add button 2. Can it work? Okay, so I move things around. The sticks. So you won't see it. You won't see it, but when you go into initialize component, let's run it to see what happens. Okay. Look, it works. Okay, so the button works. You just can't see it on the actual designer, which is not a bad thing. Okay, so the button will definitely work. Let's kill it. Let's continue. What do we have? Got that's building. And I think this is that should be a DLL, right? So it's a .NET 3 DLL. The dull builds. And it's also no, the dull is not functions build. I believe, yeah, that builds. And that project, is it a... Okay, that's not... Okay. Okay, so the dull is a .NET Core application. Functions is not yet. And we can go control.c. Do we need any? Oh, we'll see. Let's. I hope not. I don't think even you can. If this is referencing the dull. Let's see how far we get. We save that there. And reload. Okay, so that's cool. We can delete those. This we can delete. That we can delete. GUI transformation. Okay, so we would need to WinForms here. Good old WinForms. And go back to this guy. Paste it in here. Wonder what will happen if we say net standard. Will that work? I don't think it will work though. It needs to be core. It needs to be this. Yes, this will work. It's already much better. Blah blah blah. So okay, now what you have is my things. We can delete all these my things. Oops. That works. So functions work. This is one class, one or two classes. Okay, so that's a .NET Core. That's a .NET Core. Job report is a different story. We'll deal with that in a second. This is the biggie. This one is the biggie. So this should be a exe. This should be a exe, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so edit. Yeah, okay, output type is WinExe. That we know. If we reload, yes, the whole world will come crashing down. We don't need my. All these logs we won't need. Now, what I want to do is I want to quickly open up a project, the backup one. Was it dev backup? I want to open up this one just to see what were the references. So we have, this is where it becomes interesting. So we will have to reference active reports. Also Outlook interrupts. So job card dull, job card functions. Job card dull functions, I think it's pretty much all of them, right? I think. When we rebuild, we shouldn't get too much problems. For 3 errors, that's not bad. Okay, so project cannot be referenced by targeting 472. Okay, so this guy is not safe yet, and from the looks of things it uses definitely Control C, that one. It uses definitely a let's just go there, paste, like that. So now if we open up, and delete the assembly info and some of these unnecessary files that was created. Okay, so that works. That breaks. So it cannot be referenced the targets. That's job report. Okay, so soft button. Okay, so we need a reference to soft button. That's easy because we have it already. So we can just include that there. That should bolt. Great. And now we can reload this project. What? Amazing. So it's picking up that you want to be using .NET desktop development. And it's kind of... Wait, is this... It's the preview. No, stop. What am I doing? This is the preview. And let's just open up this again to see what happens. Based on your solution, you might need to install extra components. Oh, okay, it's already trying to install things there. Okay, so let's see what happens. Reload. Ooh. Root element. Oh my soul. Okay, that's how is that possible? A root element is missing. Okay, so interesting. But what we want is a output type as a WinExe. Oh golly, 200 errors. All of them. Oh yeah, because I need to add a reference to pretty much all these guys. "17 errors, can you believe it? It looks much better. Okay, yeah, obviously now we need to assembly info, we can delete that. Rebuild. 12 errors, looks better. Okay, so now it's kind of complaining about so So it's the old one, PDF export viewer 3, pretty much those ones. Can I do that? From the looks of it, yeah. Cool. So that means we can most probably also do this then. Okay, so I also need some Visual Basic. Okay, so I cannot reference. Okay, so we need to convert this one. We need to convert this one as well. Unload. So we go and I think it's paste still. And then hope for the best. I can delete, and assembly info I can delete, job report thingy I can delete, and I think main as well. Dependencies, that's the other thing now. So this one's dependencies. It's job. Okay, let's start from the beginning. The viewer 3. Okay, to active reports viewer. And 3. Reference is invalid or unsupported. Really? Can I not do that? I just did it here. Active reports 3. I need active reports 3. That one. Okay, that works. What else? The dull I would need, and the data framework. That's back there again. The dull and the data framework. Right, that works. So compile. That works. Alright, so we are 10 errors in. So I think this is message box dot show or something. This should be moved there. There. Moving a bit around. Okay, so that should be fine. And that should be message box result. No. Dialog result. Okay, that's interesting. What do we have here again? Message box. Are you sure you want to do this? Message box style. Oops. Let's see. I think this needs to move. Yeah. I think the message box icons is exclamation. Okay, so that's that, and then we have a dialog result dot yes. Okay, so that takes care of that. Okay, so save changes. Where did I? Just copy this whole thing. And say this is save changes. And do you want to save your changes? We'll go and stick that in right there. And that's a dialog result. And that's a dialog result. Okay, so that's cool. And then we have this again. Job card saved successfully. We'll just stick that in there and save. Okay, I think. The information. We don't need anything else. Just that. Okay, so we need to say this to preview, blah, blah, blah. Yes. It's a yes, no. And save required. And if it's dialog result, let that take away. We can stick that, I think, in here. Then that should go away. Okay. Okay, so let's see. My resources. Okay, so that's obviously now taking this is taking embedded resources. I think it's embedded resources .NET Core or something. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe just uncomment that for now. So I think this is the defaults. Just want this thing to build. Okay, so this is yet again environment dot machine name. This panel image. Okay. Errors does not go away. I think all the images we need to rethink here. For now I'm just getting a bit tired. So this is yet again message box.show. Wonder if I can create a stub for it. Oh, that's too late now. Message box icon. Move that. Okay, that's not working. Okay, so probably have the same here somewhere else. Just copy it. Invalid password. Okay, so now do backup. Interesting. Just need a static void main. Because if you compare it to the WinForms one, it has a static void main. Okay, so let's maybe comment this out for now. We say to do or command args. Okay. I think just to get rid of the errors. And that's just that. Of course. Okay, I need the Outlook interrupt. Please, can this work? Okay. Lots of other errors. 45 of them, to be exact. Okay. Should actually just point to a so much errors. This is so annoying. Getting there. I must say this application will look rather bland, but we at least will know where the problems will be. Okay, so message box. Message box dot show. Okay. comma. That's a dialog result. Is it? There's also a dialog result. That takes care of. Okay, 18 left. Let's do this. Message box show. Okay, just message box buttons dot OK button. Okay, and then we'll need a caption. User already exists. I think it comes there first. And we'll say it's critical or error. The same goes for this. Passwords don't match. Okay, where are we now? 16. Okay, so we can say this is backed up. You can use the C# syntax to make life a bit better while we're there. Might as well just have fun, you know? That should be backup. Information. We'll say backup. It's okay. Information. That's fine. Is there more? Okay, there's errors. Okay, now let's quickly do the error. An error has occurred. Sounds like got my groove. Oh, got my groove on with this. 11 errors, man. Come on. Are you sure you want to permanently delete this company? Yes, no. There should be delete company. So this is a dialog result of yes. I think I had a can steal this one. The password is incorrect. Almost there, just the annoying part of things. Is to copy paste things. You're losing track of where are we now? 9 errors. So we need to say customer successfully saved. We'll type save here. Information. Get rid of that. 8 errors. This is a question again. Okay, so are you sure you want to delete this customer? Yes, no. Exclamation. Delete customer. And if it's dialog result dot yes, then do that. Dum 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 dum. Invalid password. Authentication failed. Would actually be funny if this works. It's also that. There's another question. Yes, no. I think this was delete job card. Three left. Unable to sign in. And I think this is the last one. That's just a normal. Normal export. Okay. So it doesn't have a static void main, which is cool. We can add it. It's not a problem. I'm actually gonna steal it from this guy. Static program. Can I do this? And what should be the first one here? Let's just quickly see. What did I say? Yeah, it's the main one. No, we can't see. Yeah, we need to kind of open it up. Where do I see the startup time? There we go. Main. I think it's main. I think we have a build that builds again, and that's everything. The question is, will it run? Current directory. Okay, so current directory needs to be directory dot path or something. I can't think now. Get directory path or get directory name path. That should work, right? Hey, we've got it running. That's amazing. So the Vista button is working. Refresh should be working. Cool. This is amazing. It kind of works, I think. Just have to see where this files gets. Hey, cool. This works. Everything works fine. Can you believe it? This is all .NET Core. Where does this come from? I think we need to output action, copy. That should do the trick. Now we have that. Let's connect. It cannot connect because of the SQL connection string has not been initialized. I see here. But this is a thing. Cool. So this will actually try to connect now and it will fail. SQL Express. So let's quickly see if we can get something going. Do we have SQL Express on here? No. We've got local DB or something. What do I have here? SQL. Don't have any SQL on here. View, Server Explorer, data connections. Local DB, Don't I have local to be here? I'm sure I do. Nope. Local to be is supposed to come with Visual Studio. Yeah, it's a bit counterintuitive. Okay, so that works. Okay, so all I need to do now is get a database set up. Which is this guy. But what will happen if I job data? Okay, so that works. If we I'm not really a fan of so this is MS SQL. No. MS SQL local DB, and it is what is it called? Job data. This is how the file works. It's kind of title connection string done. The format of the initialization string does not conform to specifications starting at 0. Okay. What does that mean? Let's say test co test okay, so now it tries to get the DB. Okay, all these bugs will be sorted out. It's obviously a different way of thinking, but I think here we have a proper .NET Core application. And get this, folks, we can go and we can do this. This is fairly new. So .NET publish, release self-contained. And publish single file. Is it this now? Let's add publish trimmed to the mix. And we add a WinForms, because it's WinForms, we might as well do that. Now if we rebuild, it will now go and optimize our images. There's still a bunch of EXEs. But if we go then I tell you folks, we will carry on another time. Unfortunately, I need to go now. Let's end this stream here. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can maybe raid someone. Yeah, let's raid Robert Tables. Let's see. Let's raid him, folks. In a few seconds. Okay, so let's see what happens. Cannot hear anything because my... Oh, there we go. Will that work? Oh, it's muted.
We're nigh on to Friday and nigh on to the end of the week. How is it going? As a sub, you might not see him. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still figuring this out. I don't know. The amount of stuff that I don't know is a mountain compared to what I do know. Am I pronouncing this right? Is it Fanny renders or Fanny renders. And hello, welcome on in, and I appreciate the raid. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Chairs are to the right. Pick one up. Oh, say knee, right? You let me know. Out of respect, I want to make sure I get it right. Just, you know, names matter, and naming things is hard. So, chairs are to the right. Grab one, pull it on up to Robert Table's table, and get people to scooch around, and make room for you. So, welcome. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. We got big tables. Big tables. So, yeah, we're doing our second edition of first week.